Good morning. So today we have that. That is not a case. This, I believe, is some foam. Now I have ordered some foam, a foam set basically, for a Nanuk 904 from Memphi cases. Now Memphi are pretty good. I like them. I've dealt with them a few times. I've bought things from them, foam and other things. And although I did have a slight issue recently where they sent me some foam and it wasn't quite the right size for the case that I ordered, but they did sort it out, so that's good. I happen to have a Nanuk 904 right here that requires foam. Now this is just need to stab myself in the foot with the scalpel then, like that. I added those sound effects in real time. Anyway, so this is a Nanuk 904. It's a lovely case. In fact, Nanuk cases in general are absolutely adorable. They are my favorite sort of Peli alternative is the Nanuk. I will do some videos specifically on Nanuk cases as they sort of come through, but I tend to buy a lot of these new rather than the kind of restoration jobs. I've had a couple of restoration ones before I started the channel, but which I've sold on. But there we are. So this is a Nanuk 904. It is the second smallest. 903 is the smallest of the kind of the ones that sort of ape the Peli Protector range. Now it should be roughly the size of a Peli 1150. Now actually it's pretty close, yeah. I find that the Nanuks tend to be a little chunkier. It's like they're a little more modern looking. They have a bit more sort of a ridge around the lid, which makes them look bigger than they actually are in terms of their interior space. But I would imagine, not that I have the figures with me, but I imagine that these two are pretty similar on interior space. However, the difference between Nanuk cases and Peli cases tend to be, so Nanuks have this kind of slightly, the lid kind of has like an overbite, or is that the right word? Anyway, whatever. Whereas the Pelis are very much, they kind of close like this, you know. Whereas with the Nanuks, there's a sort of, you know, like it goes over. See? But they both have obviously an O-ring seal and all the rest of it. Anyway, so the 904 is the second smallest in the sort of this type of protector type of case. They obviously do smaller cases, rucks and nanos and all that sort of stuff, as do Peli. I think that the Peli 1120, 903, 1150, 904, etc., etc. And there's a sort of there's usually a Nanuk equivalent of the Peli. One area where that has not been the case perfectly is with the Peli 1170. So the 1170 is definitely a good deal smaller than the equivalent Nanuk, which is the 909. So the 909 is a slightly bigger case. Anyway, getting completely off track. Here we have an empty, brand new Nanuk 904. So we've got the sticker. I love you get a little sticker, and you've got the you know, please don't put your babies in the case thing. Anyway, so and your warranty and all that. So Nanuks are similar to Pelis in that you get a very comprehensive guarantee with them. They're very proud of these cases, and rightly so. They are beautifully made and every bit as robust and strong as the Pelis. I really love the power claw latching system, which is beautiful. You can't accidentally pull those like you can with a double throw. It has a nice action. You push that down and then lift and back down, and it locks down. And it's a very, very nice design. And this actually is a sort of smaller version, which you find on the smaller cases. It's like a miniaturized version, a bit like the way that they miniaturize the throws on here, smaller cases. But anyway, so getting off track again. Ben, stay focused. All right, foam, here we go. So we have bought a foam from Memphis, and it should fit this case. So here is the foam. Right, now let's see. So, okay, here's the base foam. In it goes. Here is the pick and pluck, or pull and pluck brick. And now sometimes these have a bias, and it will fit better one way rather than the other. Same with the pellies, because the cases do tend to be, especially once you get sort of some of the other cases, tend to be less straight up and down rather than have a bit more of a bias to them. Anyway, so let's push that in. That's good. And then lastly, the lid foam. Perfect. Right, so that is perfect 904 foam. So this 904 has gone from being empty and brand new, which is cool, to being full of foam and brand new, which is cool. And there we are. So this is ready to go to a new owner. I have not listed this yet for sale. It will be. It's 100% brand new. It now has full new foam. And there we are. The Nanuk 904. It is a fantastic little case. If you know your pellies, your 1150, it's one of those basically. My hair, weird. There we are.